Welcome back to another episode of Feng Shui Living, Tips for Busy Women. I'm your host, Lisa Morton, and today's episode, we're going to talk about how to create a harmonious environment for our busy lives. This is great if you are constantly on the go. You're going to love these tips. They're easy Feng Shui home hacks. Welcome to Feng Shui Living, a podcast for busy women looking to de-stress and live with more intention. I'm Lisa Morton, and I'm passionate about helping you create a home that not only inspires you, but empowers you. Years ago, I was severely struggling with my mental health and wellness, and while I'd implemented yoga, meditation, therapy, and more, I just could not find that missing piece of the puzzle. And that was until I explored my home. You see, the interior designer in me had made it beautiful, but it wasn't supporting me energetically. Fast forward, and I've now been in the interior design industry for 20 years, and I've devoted the past 10 years to Feng Shui and a holistic design approach. In this podcast, I'll be sharing with you interviews, stories, and knowledge, as well as some super easy, simple tips that you can take on today. If you're looking to be more intentional and create a life and home that you love, then you're in the right place. Well, hello there, and welcome to today's episode. This is for you whether you're a busy mom, maybe you're a working woman and you are just super busy with your schedule, or maybe you just have a packed schedule. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and your schedule's all over the place. This episode is going to be for you. This episode is all about finding little hacks that you can do, Feng Shui hacks that you can do to different areas of your home that will definitely lift the energy. These are easy, fun hacks that you can take on instantly. Head home tonight, take on some of these, or, make a plan this weekend to do a little refresh of your home. Maybe open the windows, get some air flowing, turn on some positive music, something that makes you really happy, and then take on some of these fun hacks. I mean, who doesn't love a hack? I know I really love cooking, meal prep hacks, because I'm not a cook. For me, it's like nourishment, right? I get all my vegetables, protein, everything that I need. But for me, it's not like this great experience. So I want to make it easy, fun. So I approach my food with positive energy, not like, oh my gosh, I have to cook this meal. So I love hacks. So if you're a hack lover, if you have a great cooking hack, send it my way. And I'm going to share with you my Feng Shui home hacks. Here we go. So let's talk about quickly before we dive in. I want to talk about these hacks and tips because I had someone I spoke to yesterday and she's like, Lisa, you have so many great tips, so many great ideas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, well, you're going to love this next episode that I have for you. And she's like, that's so great. I love all these tips. I love that Feng Shui is just tips. And I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity to explain a little more. So I thought I'd take a second here. While it may seem like Feng Shui is just a bunch of random tips, there is a method behind the madness. There is a reason for everything we suggest in Feng Shui, right? It's over 4,000 years old. It's an art and a science of arrangement, of placement, of directing energy. So there is a reason why we might have these guides for you or advice for you. But what's fun is there are a lot of things, such as these tips you'll hear often, that can kind of apply to anyone's home, no matter the style of the home, no matter your lifestyle, no matter where you live, if you're in a little apartment or a tiny home, or if you're in a big, huge home on a big piece of property. These can all work for you. Keep in mind that if you want significant change, we must dive deeper. We must get deeper. If you're going through divorce and ready for a reset, if you are going through illness or recently overcame illness is another big one. I work with a lot of women shifting from that illness energy, right? And healing to what's next, right? But then also a lot of positive things. I work with people who are starting their dream business, starting a new business, they're starting their family, all these great things. So any big event is an excellent time to dig in and look at the Feng Shui. So here's a quick example. I just recently worked with someone who is struggling financially. They're financially well, but it's just they're just constantly losing money and, different directions. Just money is constantly going out the door. I went in their home and we found their wealth and abundance energy center. So your home has these 9 different energy centers. We found the wealth and abundance energy center, and oh my goodness, there was so much fire. I don't care how many tips I would have given this woman, it would not have affected it because there was so much fire element. It was literally burning up her money. So we were able to slow things down and bring things into balance. So just a little background info before we get into these hacks. If you are feeling stuck, stagnant, want significant change, then let's jump into a full consultation. If you want to learn more about that, I have free 15-minute discovery calls over on my website. Go schedule one. We'll chat about what's going on and how, we can adjust your space to bring you closer to that energy. I mean, I've been so fortunate. I've used Feng Shui to manifest amazing things in my life, right? It's bringing the energy, so it's within your reach, right? So it's right there for you. It's just powerful. So let me know. And with that, we will jump into the hacks. Home hack number 1 is creating a welcoming space. So the living room, right, is that space where, we have guests. We have our friends, our family members, we entertain, maybe we host holiday events, right? We gather with our family and friends in this space. And it's really important to have this space be one that's welcoming and also encourages that fun, that flow, that excitement of that space. So a couple tips that I want to share with you to uplift the energy of your family room is, number 1 is the circular shape. Circles, which you might think, what the heck is a circle? I see it on a pattern, on a pillow or something. But if you look for circular shaped items, that will encourage focus, but also flow. I love to use round coffee tables in an entertaining space like a living room. It helps keep conversation going. I personally have a round coffee table and round barrel chairs in this area. My sofa is a little more boxy, but these barrel chairs are really rounded, they swivel, and they work beautifully with the round coffee table. This encourages movement and flow, getting people conversing, getting interaction. If you are struggling with your teenagers, I get this all the time. My teenagers don't want to come out of their room, and they also certainly don't want to speak to mom and dad. So here's my hack, is to get some round items maybe on your dining table. Maybe get a round dining table, right? Bring in the circular shapes into these spaces where you love to entertain. You want to have the conversation flowing. You want to have just energy flowing between one another, exchanging ideas, exchanging conversation. So check in with round coffee table, maybe, or a round ottoman for that interaction and conversation. One little bonus I wanted to add, I was trying to come up with my list here. I have a couple bonuses. So a bonus hack is a mirror in this space also, because it will lift the energy and keep the conversation a little more lively. So add a mirror, make sure that it's well lit. The mirror will reflect the light, open any blinds, get the light going here, okay? So next we're going to talk about energizing your culinary space. Now, I said I'm not a cook, but it's such an important space in your home, your kitchen. The kitchen is really the heart of nourishment. Really, it's nourishment for you, right? Like I said, I don't cook a lot, but for me, it's important to nourish my body and have all those essential, things that I need to feel well. So think of it like that if you're not a cook. If you are, let me know what you're making for dinner. I'll be over. But think of it as this place you nourish yourself, You nourish your loved ones. You nourish your kids. You nourish your anyone who comes to visit at your home. Even if they're just coming to, have a glass of wine and a cheese board or something. You nourish your maybe extended family when you host a holiday event, maybe Thanksgiving, right? So really focus on the kitchen. And as you're working in here, I want you to think about infusing everything you're making with really good energy. That's the thing. Like, I used to force myself to cook. I was doing the box where you get all the items to make your meal, right? And was forcing myself to cook. I'm like, I need to just do it. Right? And I did. And I did learn some things that I enjoyed cooking with, like eggplant. And I learned some really great ways to make salmon because I love salmon. But for the longest time, I found I was making my food with a not so good energy. I was making my food with this stressed out, but I'm starving energy, which is not good. So really adjust your energy. Do what you need to do. Have a snack, go on a walk before you start cooking if you need, right? Because I'm kind of that person. I get hangry. And that next thing you know, I'm like, I have to cook a meal. So really think about your energy. Here is my hack for your kitchen. My hack for your kitchen is to place a bowl of fresh fruit on your countertop. And fresh fruit symbolizes health, abundance, prosperity. Plus, it looks really pretty. There's nothing, I'm a big fan of flowers on my kitchen counter, but there's nothing better than, if you don't want to do flowers, get a bowl of fruit. A bowl of fruit with some apples, some bananas, some oranges, some pears, whatever you like. I always love to get those little cuties, the little orange mini, mandarins or whatever they are. I love them. We always have an abundance of those Honeycrisp apples. They're so delicious. We eat apples all the time. So find what you like, what your family likes, and fill a bowl. Plus, then you also just have a snack right there. And it's so easy to grab a healthy snack versus going into the cabinet and digging around and finding, cookies or something, an Oreo box, right? So have that fresh bowl of fruit on your counter. It looks beautiful. It brings in the wood element, which is all about revitalization and renewal. And fruit's going to last longer than fresh flowers. As much as I love fresh flowers, that doesn't always last super long. So your bowl of apples is going to last a long time. So here's my little bonus hack for you. Again, I couldn't come down to one. So one is my fresh bowl of fresh fruit. Number 2 hack, backup bonus hack, is to sweep the floors. For me personally, the bowl of fruit is something I would share with my clients. But for me personally, the biggest impact in my home is to sweep the floors. But that's also because I have 2 giant dogs. But if you think about your feet on the floor, when you have hair, food crumbs, whatever it is, right? That's in between your connection to the earth. That grounding sensation of your feet on the earth. So I want you to, if you have dogs like me, maybe you don't, and you just focus on that bowl of beautiful fruit. But if you have pets, you have kiddos that leave messes, dirt, all over the floor, sweep the floor, that will be huge for you. Next in my home hack, we're going to move into the bedroom. And we really want to cultivate a rest and relaxing energy in the bedroom. This is really your personal sanctuary. I'm always telling you to create this bedroom that feels amazing. Yes, you're sleeping in it. You're spending most of your time in this room sleeping. You're not really taking in the room, enjoying it when you're asleep, but it is so impactful to have a space that really is a sanctuary. So I want to make sure your bed is positioned in that command position, of course. I always talk about that, but I want you to also have soothing, calming colors. That's the hack. The soothing, calming colors is huge. If you have a red room, a bright room, it's going to be hard to bring your body down to rest. You're going to have to do extra things to bring your body into that relaxation mode. Now, I know from spending so much time in a very calming bedroom, if I stay at a hotel that has some artwork that's a little higher energy or draperies, or sometimes those hotels can get some wild carpet patterns, I know I have a little more time I have to take to prepare for rest so that I can rest, because it isn't that soothing, calming colors like I have in my home. But you will find such good support, good sleep when you can have those soothing, calming colors. In following Feng Shui, it's recommended to have colors that are maybe close to skin tones. Ivory, beige, cream, tan, brown, chocolate, peach, apricot. But then also, I love to bring in the design side of me, also loves to bring in the soothing colors of aqua and pale blue and soft greens. I actually just worked with a woman who we painted her bedroom. Most beautiful color of Rain Washed from Sherwin-Williams. It's a really pretty aqua blue. It's a little brighter, but very calming, very calming. And then we brought in a lot of earthy tone beige, tan browns. And then she has a white chair in the corner. We threw some pillows and a lot of textures on. So the hack here is to focus on the color. If you can't paint the walls or you're not ready to take that on, look for accessories. Bedding. Your bedding covering, whether that's a big duvet or a simple bedspread, whatever it is, that takes up a lot of real estate in your room, right? That's a big amount of area of a certain color. So that's a great way to bring in some color. That's not a huge investment. It's not an investment like painting your walls. I will say, for what the impact you get in painting, it's worth it. It's just a big bang for your buck when you're to paint your room. But bedding is another great way. Add some throw pillows. Look at the artwork. Is it calming? Does it have those calming colors, or is it really high energy? So while we're on this topic of color, if you're struggling with color and you're having a hard time finding the right color, then I want you to join me. I want you to mark your calendar and join me this September 16th. It's a Monday evening, 7 p.m. online at Zoom. I have my free color mastery class. This is such a fun class. It's 1 hour. You will learn everything you need to know about color, the psychological effects of certain colors, the feng shui effects of certain colors. We'll get into design trends. What's trendy in color? What's going on right now? What are you going to see a lot of? Maybe you want to take it on, maybe not. We'll also talk about how to create your very own color palette. So you pick out a color. How do you go from there, right? How do you pick out a secondary color? What's that all about? And then I also touch on sheen, how to pick out the right sheen once you get your color palette. So I'm like holding your hand through all the color confusion in this color mastery class. Again, totally free. Pop over to the website. I'll also put a link in the show notes if you want to sign up for this class. It's a lot of fun and a really great community too. So I hope you will join us. The next hack I want to share for you in my home hacks to make life easier is to focus on the bathroom. We really want to enhance cleanliness and serenity. So give it a good cleaning if you haven't done that recently. Give it a good cleaning, refresh it, right? I always recommend cleaning, without all those harsh chemicals. There's a time and a place you have to use certain things, but I'm a big lover of vinegar and water, and adding a few essential oils is always nice. Kind of balances out that vinegar smell, but it's excellent. So check that out. But these bathrooms are really the space of, if you think of cleansing and renewal of our bodies. I know I do more than just suds up in the shower. A lot of times I'll do almost a cleansing meditation if I feel like I'm carrying a lot of energy from maybe appointments I've been to that day or things I've worked on, or I'm just stressed out. I kind of do this cleansing meditation. I also do a practice called Abhyanga, which is an Ayurvedic ritual, oil ritual, where you start with your scalp and you do all, and it's really, really peaceful and calming, and I really love it, and just like gives me a sense of renewal of my body. So the bathroom's really important. And we're going to take the bathroom two different ways. One way I want you to think about it as making sure it's well ventilated and it's well lit. Not only will the brighter lights make things visible, so if you want to tweeze the funky eyebrow or whatever you want to do, it also will just like lift your energy and make you feel good, make it feel refreshed and clean, and you'll just feel better. On the flip side, designer Lisa loves to recommend a fun powder bath. If you're looking for a room to get a little wild, to go a little crazy, then that is the powder bath. The powder bath is your space. Put up a bold wallpaper. Add a funky light. Maybe it isn't perfect lighting to do your makeup or something, but that's okay. That's what this guest powder bath is for. Guests will come in, they'll do their business, and they leave. They're not in there doing their makeup, doing their hair. They're, not in there for an extended period of time. So it's an area to get really fun. So maybe you don't want those bright lights. You want softer lights or decorative kind of ambient, lighting, maybe candles, but also be mindful of good ventilation in this bathroom. Nobody wants to be the person walking out of a bathroom and it doesn't smell so great. And you certainly don't want that apple cinnamon air freshener smell in your bathroom. Please avoid that. All those chemicals. Plus, I just don't know. I've never understood, never been able to wrap my head around apple cinnamon potpourri scent in a bathroom. If you want a natural air freshener, I'll diffuse essential oils. I'll put a small diffuser in our bathroom. Or in our guest bath. I'll also take a glass bottle, add a few essential oils, maybe some lemon, some eucalyptus, some orange or something, add some water, shake it up, put it on the back of the toilet, and it's a bathroom spritz that's essential oil and water based. It's safe and it's going to refresh the scent in the bathroom. So really remember to create your bathroom into this spa kind of experience. Let it feel really good. Just because it's a bathroom and you just kind of do business in there, shower, bathroom, all that stuff, doesn't mean you don't deserve a space to really support your body and to really feel good and nourished, right? All right, friends, let's move on to my next home hack. The next home hack is for those of you who maybe work from home if you're struggling with focus. I want you to really think about boosting productivity and focus, okay? So I want you to pay attention to your desk positioning. The desk positioning is huge. Now, I remember back when we went through COVID, I would get calls from people like, oh my gosh, I need to set up an office because I've been sitting at the coffee table working. And I'm like, that's not okay. You can't really get anything done at the coffee table. Or people were sitting they were sitting at their dining table, the kitchen table, next to the kids doing schoolwork, next to somebody cooking. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. We need to do something better. So have a dedicated space, right? And in that dedicated space, I want you to really focus on having that command position. So that is the solid wall behind you and a view in front. Now, if you have a view of a window in your office, I want you to take advantage of that window. Being able to see out, see nature, see trees off in the distance. Maybe it's your neighbor's shrubs over there. I want you to be able to see out, have that solid wall behind, but a view of the door, a view of nature. And I recently worked with someone who, oh my gosh, they were having such a difficult time in their office. They were so stressed out that they actually weren't even working in their office. They were working at the kitchen counter. Like, okay, this isn't okay. We need to get you back in your office. So we focused on, number one, clutter clearing out of the office, and then repositioning the desk so they were in the command position. They could see out this beautiful view of this beautiful field and trees. I'm like, you need to take advantage of this. You need to connect with this nature. This will support you, right? The wood element, nature, trees, plants, flowers, it all brings this energy of renewal and rejuvenation to our body and moving onward and upward. So if you're working on a task, this will help you get there. So take advantage of those views of nature as you're in that command position. Something interesting that was also part of this office that we worked on was the artwork. And it was mind-blowing how there was this cool artwork in there, and it had a cool meaning behind it, and I totally understand that. But when I walked in, before I knew about the meaning, when I looked at it, I saw a stressed out, depressed man, like huddled over, shoulders falling, just looking defeated. And so I actually suggested we replace this with some really good energy. So we actually replaced it with a piece of artwork that had a nature scene and then also an image of their partner. So, like feeling supported by your loved ones is always a nice thing. So be mindful of the artwork. That was the same client, and just huge impact by removing the artwork, putting them in the command position, and then also that view of nature. So find that command position wherever you are. Again, you need help, pop over, sign up for my free 15-minute discovery call. Let's see. We talked about home office. We got through all of them already. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I thought we had one more, but we are good. We went through the living room, right? Arrange your seating, find those circular shapes to get energy flowing, and your bonus hack was the mirror. Kitchen, keep it clean and tidy, and add that bowl of fruit, that beautiful bowl of fruit to represent the wood element. Your bonus there was to sweep the floor. That was my personal thing. Again, I have the dog, so. The bedroom, position your bed and you in that command position, but make sure you have those calming colors. The colors are huge. Colors affect us so much more than we even realize sometimes. The bathroom, make sure it has good ventilation, good lighting. Here's a little bonus I didn't add in, but plants. Plants are excellent in the bathroom, and they also help clear and clean the air. And number 5 is your home office. Position your desk in the command position. All right, friends. Oh my gosh, I hope you enjoyed joining me on this episode of Feng Shui Living. I hope these tips inspired you to make some changes and adjustments. Again, these tips, these hacks are fun, but if you want to dive deep, then let me know. If you are new to the podcast, thanks for checking it out. Whether you're new or you're a longtime listener, I'd love for you to share an episode from the podcast that you really love. Maybe it's this episode you found great. Maybe it's another one. 5 Things You'll Never Find in My Home has done pretty well. That's a fun one. But share an episode with someone. I would love for you to share this with someone and kind of get these good vibes spreading out, just emanating out, okay? Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube, and give us 5 stars. Again, it supports me, but also my entire team. Until next time, friends, take care. Special thanks to our production company, Influencer.tv, the WELT 95.7 studios, and our sponsor, Good Chi. For more information, head over to the show notes. Be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. I'll see you next time.